Cheers, legends. Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. Sorry I haven't been around as much this week or last week. As I said, I wanted to sort of slowly get back into it, so I'm doing the right thing. So I've got two beer reviews tonight just because it's very hot. I've had a big week at work and yeah, I felt like a beer tonight. So let's do it. So first, we have, it's known as a remixed beer by Range. I think what they've done is they brought two of their favourite beers, like as in many of their favourite beers for the year. They've got two of them together and mashed them. And I think they've done it with about 5 different pairs. So anyway, this one's called Sticky KUSH. I'm thinking it's a terpene West Coast. I reckon that's what it would be. It's 7%. And yeah, they've made it look like a vinyl, which is pretty cool. I remember having a beer from Range this year or last year called Sticky Icky. And then I remember having one that had KUSH in the name. So I'd say it's those two mashed together. I'll read what it says on the back anyway. That'll probably explain it. Welcome to Remix 2025, our annual series where we remix two of our favourite beers from the year. A dank crusher of a West Coast IPA brewing with Nelson, Blackberry Kush, Abstracts, Chinook, and Rawaka Cryo. This one is all about those dank tropical notes from the NZ hops, backed up with some classic citrus. Sounds good. I've got my Carlin Sellers glass. It's only pretty small, this glass. Cheers to the chat. We have Phil. Yes, there are some people here. Henry, how you going, bro? And we got Matt. What's a bishop's finger? I don't even know what that is. Is it an English thing? Cheers, Henry. Yeah, hit the like button, peeps. I keep thinking, when you're saying bishop's finger, I keep thinking of a Scotch finger biscuit. Yeah, cool artwork. Especially green, my favourite colour. Angus is sitting right up against me and it's hurting. Yeah, bloody hot here. Cheers, Joey. I was just craving a beer tonight. I was like, I haven't had one really. I've only had one all week, I think. Yeah, this would be a beer you'd like, Angie. Cheers, mate. There's some bugs in the house that are the size of fucking pterodactyls. Mother truckers. Cheers, Steve. Darkish ale by Shepherd's Name. Oh, yeah. I definitely know Shepherd's Name. Just never seen that beer. We're not grammar Nazis, Randy. I better be careful. Can't say that word on here. Ooh. Yeah. You're a sick man. Cheers, Juzzy. Yeah, boy. Get off me, bug. Oh, this is going to be annoying the shit out of me. I've got the back door open to let some cool air in, and the lounge room's the only room in the house with light on, so I think all the bugs are going to attack me. Let's get this beer started. Enough of this chat shit. Oh, I am a thirsty boy. I've covered everyone, I think. Yep, let's do it. Keeps going and going. How's the bud hat I found? I was going through an old wardrobe and I was like, what's this fucking Bud King of Beer shit? So I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to wear it in a beer review just randomly, even though Bud is trash. So I'm thinking I really want to watch Super Bowl, obviously. So most years I have to take the day off to watch it because you fuckheads have your main game on a Sunday. So it makes it a weekday over here, doesn't it? So yeah, I'm thinking of taking Monday and possibly Tuesday off work. Not much of a head. It died pretty much straight away, but it looks very, very lively. It's like a light straw in colour. I would say I'm just smelling it to see it's all right. A light body, and yeah, it's very clean and clear. Can definitely see through it. Let's hope it's all right. The carbonation looks pretty active, so just the fact the head went straight away was a bit of a concern. Let's go with. I smell bud. Bud? So yeah, you're getting like pineapple and passion fruit and like orange and lemon. Like a touch of, yeah, like pine or just sort of like forest. It's definitely dank. Fuck, these bugs are irritating me. It's one thing you'll notice if you've never been to Australia is how bad like flies and bugs and that are. Like you will just be like absolutely shocked if you're sitting around like say a barbecue at night. You'll be like, fuck me, how do they put up with this shit? When I used to play cricket, I played where I played was quite often near dairy farms. And dairy farms have a lot of flies because of the shit everywhere. And when you'd play cricket, you would have seriously like we wore all white and the flies would be so bad. You'd look at someone and they just have all black on their back. Like that's how many flies there were. It was so fucked. You'd be standing out in a 45-degree day and there'd be flies all over you and they're like, why do I do this shit? Anyway, let's go in. I've given enough features on the nose. Cheers, legends. Cheers, Carwin Sellers. Cheers, Budweiser. That was a big gulp. Got a bit of bitterness on it. Yeah, piney, resinous, weedy, dank. There's some grapefruit. I don't know if I said grapefruit before, but I'm getting that. It's sort of pithy, not really like sweet juice. It's more like peel. It's got sort of like a light body, but like the carbonation's pretty lively, so it sort of makes you think it's thicker than what it is. Not bad, not bad. Back to the chat. Who have I missed? What have I missed? We're about here somewhere. Don't you love it when you click the wrong side of the mouse? Yeah. Yeah, boy. Cheers, Phil. Hope you're well. Shit. That's an archbishop's finger. You're a sick man. Hit that like button. Waking and baking. Shake and bake, baby. Ooh, I've got a burp coming. That was weak. They're so fucked. The worst is like, say, weather like we're having at the moment, where it's absolutely stinking hot one day, and then it'll be like a little bit wet the next day, and then it'll go hot again. It keeps going back and forth. That's like the worst weather you can have for like spiders and bugs and that. They just fucking come out everywhere. The one that annoys me is like, say, if I'm sitting out in the backyard, they always, like, if you're just sitting there in, say, shorts and a t-shirt, they always go for your legs, and it fucking annoys the shit out of me. You'll be just sitting there and you're like, get off me fucking leg. Like, otherwise, yeah, say, for example, today at work when I was having, like, my dinner, I'm sitting out in, like, a gazebo area, and there was flies there, and one of them just kept hovering around my right cheek. And I'm like, just fucking leave me alone, you little cunt. And then all of a sudden, it's finally left me. And then I seen it annoying the fuck out of a lady like a couple of seats over. Foyer. Do you call it a foyer or a foyer? I remember when I met Adam Mersey Beers in his hotel foyer. And he goes, no, it's a foyer. I'm like, it's a fucking foyer. It's not a foyer. It's reception or a lobby. Actually, that's what US call it, don't you? A lobby. I'm just going down to talk to the concierge in the lobby. Oh, you're at like a prison dairy farm. Yeah, people just don't. I honestly think that, like, you know how foreigners always crap on about, oh no, fuck going to Australia, the spiders and snakes and that. Most people wouldn't even see any spiders and snakes, like, especially if they go to the city areas and they're staying in an apartment and shit. But the flies are the main thing. It's like when you come to Australia, you'd be like, fuck me, the flies are bad. Like, it's not uncommon in Australia, especially if you're like playing sport and there's flies around. You swallow. There's so many of them. You actually swallow them because you'll be like running, and all of a sudden one will go in your mouth, and it's like fucking disgusting. They're meant to be high in protein, though. Cheers, Evie. I reckon Evie would have a multivitamin juice or a breakfast juice. Mudroom. Oh yeah. Yeah, I know there's an actual dedicated mudroom that like a lot of farmers and that have. It'll be like a small room sort of at the back of their house. And it's where you put like your coat and your gum boots and all that sort of shit before you come into the main part of the house. Foyer. It's not as fun as haberdashery, let's be honest. Haberdashery. Imagine if you named your child Haberdashery. Yeah, boy. Let's pour some more. Did you know that Budweiser is the king of beers? Apparently. Sticky KUSH. What KUSH was it? Blueberry, I think. Blackberry. You definitely get sort of a sweetness as well as like the weed characters there, but you get a sweetness as well. So that I reckon that'd be the berry. It's actually getting nicer as it warms, which is very weird. I must admit, when I poured it, I was slightly concerned. Those really, really hot days we had, I noticed some stuff in the fridge wasn't really like cooling down properly. I've had a bit of problem with the fridge in the back shed, but it definitely struggles on really hot days. Yeah, I've got a new one that I've been looking at in town, so I just got to get around to picking it up or getting it delivered. Yep. I need to stretch. Cheers, Steve. Good to see you, brother. Yeah. I've only ever had the Budweiser draft, the red, the full one. It's fucking shit. I've never had Bud Light. I don't really care if I never try it. Although I want to. I want to try all the American macro beers just to say that I've had them. Haberdashery Smalley. Please come to the principal's office. Boo! Heber! Imagine all the shit he'd cop. Cheers, legend. How's the weather where you are? Is it hot? Generally, you guys get it sort of before we do. Bit of hotness. It's not so much hot, it's just fucking muggy as fuck. Like it was the other day, it pretty much everywhere in Australia was like the hottest place on earth a couple of days ago. It was most places were around sort of mid 40s. It was insane. Thankfully, the fires near me have settled down a bit. Oh, and also too, there's been a lot of people that have been sending me messages about particularly the fires and just asking how my health's going, a few other things. I've been having a lot of trouble with my phone, so I've been very slack with replying. That's mainly the reason why. I've got to get a new phone badly. The thing that pisses me off about it, the phone is still in perfect condition, but you know what these new phones are like. As soon as the storage starts filling up, they just turn into a piece of shit. I can't even. People have been trying to message me and ring me and stuff, and half the time I can't even get phone calls. It's that bad. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now here where I am now, it's about 20, but it's like midnight. So normally it's been a bit warmer than that during the night. But yeah, the other day, Henry, it got to 47 degrees. It's fucking insane. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, probably like 115 or some shit. Whew. Yeah, boy. Jeez, Joshy, good to see you, mate. It's good seeing you on Juzzy's panel that time. That was awesome. It's good to see the face behind the name. Yeah, going good, mate. With doing these beer streams and that, I've just sort of taken a step back a little bit. I'm going good. It's just I've been having trouble with my blood flow, and they can't really work out exactly what it is. So they do realise I have a lot of sleeping issues. So I've got to have some sleep studies, and hopefully we get on top of whatever it is. So yeah, I'm just sort of on like some medication at the moment, and I've just been trying to sort of dial back from the beers. I don't reckon the beers would have helped in that December period. You know how I was having all those Christmas daily beers. So what had happened is my blood flow was really struggling. And then because I was having a couple of beers every day, my fluid was building up and it just kept getting worse and worse and didn't have time to sort of come down. So yeah, it just got to a point. Yeah, what was it like the start of January or something? All of a sudden, I started having this swelling in my legs, and yeah, it's like I had all this fluid and I couldn't drain it. So yeah, that's why I ended up going to hospital. But yeah, I'm going all right. I didn't like really feel ill or anything like that at the time. It was just uncomfortable. I started getting sore legs and I couldn't get my work boots on and shit like that. Paul Kelly's a fucking legend. Such a good songwriter. Yeah, you guys will smash us. I reckon USA, because you guys have always got so much money invested in sport, and there's not many sports that you aren't sort of good at. And if you aren't, you'd sort of tend to go all balls to the wall to try and become good at the sport. And I remember the last World Cup, or maybe even the one before that, USA just improved out of sight. It's like all these young kids coming through with like superstar footballers, like because back in the day you're like Australia, whereas most of your kids are playing other sports and football's like a minority sort of thing. That's why Australia's never ever going to do any good. So yeah, it's like I always find it funny when people go, "Oh, why is Australia so shit at soccer?" It's because no cunt fucking plays it. You just don't know that we have our own sports here and we get like 100,000 fans in the stadium. Soccer means nothing. I mean, it is popular, but it's nothing compared to AFL. Yeah. I'm currently residing in Abu Dhabi. I couldn't, you know how people talk about going to those countries because they're real flash, and I couldn't think of anywhere worse, to be honest. I would rather go to fucking North Korea or Russia or China or I would go to the scummiest places on the earth before I'd go to those shit fucking man-made cities in the middle of the desert. They've got no soul. Who wants to go somewhere where it's just all these fake fucking people? And I reckon it'd be shit. You can't even fucking drink there either. I just got no interest in a place like that. So like when I travel to countries, I don't want to go to the real touristy areas. I want to go off the beaten track. And I feel like somewhere like that, it's like everywhere you'd go would be a real touristy type place because it's all fucking, yeah, man made with no fucking history or anything. Yeah. Cheers, legend, Mr. Marketing Guru, Henry, Chief Executive Marketing. Get it right. Australian Open. Come on. Yeah, the Australian Open tennis is fucking awesome. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah, it's only about 20 here, but it just feels real hot and sticky. Yeah, it's good to see you, dude. Were you nervous going up there? There was a few of us writing messages to you when you're up on the panel, but you probably didn't see them. Yeah, I think that's what I'm doing, dude. I think I've got to go down to Melbourne for it. I was I was saying someone should pay me for like some university students that study like psychology or something and do like sleep studies and stuff. A university should pay me to go sleep for a week. Now, apparently, like as soon as I go to relax and shut off, it's like I lose oxygen like straight away. And that would be part of the reason why quite often when I have a couple of beers on the streams and that and I get real tired and my body shuts down, it's like yeah, like straight away I'm just out like a light and then I'm like not sleeping properly, like gasping for air and always like fidgety and yeah, I can't even remember the last time where I've woke up from a sleep and actually felt refreshed like I'd had enough sleep. That used to be always the way for me, but I reckon in the last, I don't know, even prior to COVID, I reckon I still have been shit with sleep. Have you guys had a heap of snow, Angie? Yeah. Jeez, Evie. Yeah. Yeah, that one of the fires gaff was one of the fires was only about 15 minutes from me. It's pretty scary. I've had some workmates and that have had to like evacuate and unfortunately two of them are both members of the local like fire brigades and they're out there fighting the fires and one of the guys was actually having to fight the fire at his own house. How fucking scary would that be? Because, like, at the end of the day, you're out there doing a job trying to help the community. But when it comes to your own property, it becomes very personal. Like, it'd be fucking hard to, yeah, like, I don't know. You'd see people, if you've seen someone fucking around, you get angry. Or if you're like, yeah, like people weren't trying hard enough, or yeah, it'd be really hard to distance yourself from. Yeah, exactly. Shithole. Yeah, I couldn't think of anything worse. It just like all you got to do is look at all the sporting events they have there, and they just got no life. Like there's no atmosphere. It's just all these rich Arab guys sitting there like they don't even care about the sport that they're going to see. They've probably just got like $200,000 on one of the opponents. Oh god. Steve, do you watch that Kurt Kaz? I think he sounds South African, but I think he's German. He maybe like learnt English in South Africa or something. But he goes around the streets of like Europe and pretty much calling it out how shit they are these days, and he films all the fucking illegals and the drugs and all that sort of stuff, and he's always got people like having a crack at him, and he takes like security with him. It's pretty cool. The last episode was pretty intense. Yeah. Yeah, that was cool, that. I just come off the zip line halfway through the course. I'm just scouring around this tiny little platform around the edge of a tree. And I look to my left and there's this fucking spider the size of a football. And it's like fucking like the colours of a tiger, like yellow, bright yellow and black. And it's just got these huge eyes looking at me. And I'm just like, I am fucking out of here. I didn't even know spiders could be that colour. Yeah. Apparently, I've just had a couple of friends say when I'm struggling with my sleep, I'm either just having random conversations about shit, or I'm getting really angry. The last time I was staying at a mate's house, he said I was real like angry and aggressive, and that when I couldn't sleep, like I was arguing with someone. So I don't know whether it was due to the shit sleep or I was having like a real bad dream or yeah, he said it was pretty scary. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's like I'm gasping for air. But even like the weird thing is even when I was a little kid, I used to have like sleeping problems. And they took out like my tonsils and adenoids and that when I was really young. And apparently it improved my sleep for a little bit, but then I just went back to like snoring and but yeah, it's definitely got worse as I've gotten older and probably doing shift work and yeah, yeah. Uh I could probably find some footage on the like from the local news or something, but I couldn't get footage myself. No, or I could, yeah, I maybe. one of my mates that lives closer to it might have some stuff I could get. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he exposes those fucking young girls. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, well, that's one thing Kurt always says. He goes, I cannot believe we're in the heart of Germany. He's like, where are all the white people? He goes, if you just got thrown here and you had no idea where you were, he's like, there is no way in hell you would think you're in Germany. He's like, cheers, Josh. Back to the beer. It's good having a stream like this, just talking shit the whole time. This is what it's all about, peeps. There's a bird outside and it sounds like it's screaming in agony. Ooh, that last bit's really bitter. So what else is going on? This weekend, I'm probably just going to have a quiet one again. But yeah, as I said, hopefully taking Monday, Tuesday off the following week. So yeah, there's no Super Bowl's not this weekend. The Pro Bowl is, and then Super Bowl. And I will be going for. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. I will be going for the Seattle Seahawks. Sammy's got so many hats. Now, over the years, I've been to a lot of sports parties, let's say that. And if your own team's not there, you sometimes want to support another team that's there. I used to be a big Russell Wilson fan, so the Seahawks was sort of my second favourite team. And then, yeah, I sort of like Philly as well. I don't know. I got a soft spot for heaps of teams, but at least in the NFL, I have one clear team. Yeah. The Beer Patrol's a Seahawks fan, so hopefully he goes all right. Bud, the king of beers. This is a new hat. I don't know if anyone's seen me wearing this one. That is a great hat. It's from a podcast called The Two Worlds Collide. And he's pretty much just calling out the government for all their fucking shit. Very, very good. No, I don't remember that one. I suppose I should show what my next beer is going to be. So back in the day, Hop Nation had a beer called, it was pretty much when hazies first come on the scene. It was called Jedi Juice. And it just had the female and sort of Star Wars themed. And anyway, they didn't like that. They got in trouble over it and they had to change the name to J Juice and get rid of the Jedi. So the Star Wars people, whoever owns, is it Disney that owns the Star Wars? Something like that. So anyway, they had to change it to J Juice. And yeah, it's still a lady, but she doesn't really look very Star Warsy these days. And yeah, this is the Imperial version. So the big boy. Double IPA, 8.5%. Yeah, it was a really good beer back in the day. It's when hazies sort of first come on the scene. Everyone's like, wow, this is so juicy, man. This one, I told Juzzy he has to get one. He ended up ordering some other stuff. I got the hat and a hoodie. The hoodie's sick as. It's just obviously too hot at the moment to be wearing hoodies. But I think it's like a greyish colour. And yeah, I think it's got sort of a similar thing to that on the back. Pretty cool. Yeah, baby. Yeah, I thought so. Disney owned the rights. Yep. Yes. So yeah, I think I had it scheduled for 12:05. It's now 12:20. I'll get to it once I finish this one. We're in no rush, people. So yeah, this is my week so far, okay? Mind you, I'm meant to start work this week at 1:00 and finish at 9:00. Monday, day off, Australia Day. So cruisy, had a couple of beers, didn't really have too many. It was stinking hot. Yeah, it was a pretty cruisy day at home. So rested up, only had 4 days of work for the week. Tuesday, got to work at about midday instead of 1:00. Worked right through till after 1 a.m. in the morning. So I was there for like fucking 13 hours. I was so fucked. I had a doctor's appointment the next morning. And by the time I walked home from work, it was nearly 2 a.m. So I got about 4 hours sleep. And then, yeah, I had to do it all again last night. And then we fucking had more overtime. I was there for another 3 hours. So I've already done about 7 or 8 hours overtime just in like a couple of nights. I bet you will be there late again tomorrow night. So yeah, that's probably part of the reason too why you haven't seen me as much. It's like I'm not gonna review a beer at fucking 2 in the morning. Yeah, for sure. That's what I used to always aim for. 6 hours. It's funny, like I absolutely hate when I do morning shift and have to go to work at fucking 4 a.m. and all that shit. But I would still way prefer it over doing this shift where I start at lunchtime and never know what time I'm going to get home. I think that's the killer, not knowing what time you're going to finish. It's just most people in jobs, they know exactly what time they're going to be out of there and they can plan the rest of their night or day. Whereas when you're in my role, it's so fucked. People don't understand, like, especially too when you don't have a partner at home or anything. It affects like your cooking and everything. Like you can't get to the shops. Like it's so shit. Get off me, fight. I'm gonna punch you. Yeah. Like if I did it every day, it wouldn't worry me. It's the fact that I do it and then the next week I have to do the opposite. I just hate this fucking change in shifts. Does my head in. I can't wait to just have another job where I just work the same hours every week. See, I'd be happy if I did nights. If I just did nights all the time, I'd actually be happy with it. Because I used to love when I did nights because I'd just go and get on the beers with like Beer Man and Bumpy and Drewy and Josh and that all the time. And yeah, it was just good. There's always people to hang out with and stuff. Working nights actually made me closer with a lot of those American boys. Yeah. I still think one of my ex-girlfriends who was a chef, I still think she had the fucking worst hours I've ever experienced. She used to get up early in the morning. She'd go to work at about 8 o'clock to prepare for lunch service. She'd be still there at about 2 or 3 in the arvo after doing the lunch service and all the clean up and stuff and a bit of preparation for dinner. She'd come home for about 2 or 3 hours and then have to go back to work for dinner service and then wouldn't get home till about 11 o'clock at night. I'm like, that is the most fucked hours ever. I would rather be dead than work those hours. You pretty much got no time to do anything. So shit. Down the hatch. So yeah, tasty beer, that one. Range can be hit and miss with their Westies. I think with the assistance of the terpenes, though, I feel like there's so many breweries out there with Westies lately that have terpenes. It sort of elevates the quality of the beer slightly. But yeah, I'd probably give that I'm going to say a 4.35 out of 5. It's pretty damn good. So yeah, next up will be this bad boy, which is a New England double IPA. Let's hope it's still as memorable, as juicy as when I first had the single version of it. So yeah, we'll wrap this one up and I'll start a new one. I've already got it ready to go, so come over to that one if you can. And yeah, if you haven't hit the like on this one, feel free to do so. Yeah, not much else I can say. Let's have another beer. Have I missed any comments? Yeah, it's a massive as like moth. Dirty, stinking moth. No, if it was a spider, I'd be out of here or I'd be like getting rid of it, little fucker. Cheers, boys and girls. I'll see you on the new one. I'll be there straight away. So, bye bye. If it lets me click off.